Good morning, gentlemen. Hope everybody is doing well today. Professor Vermlin and I just had a meeting, Skype meeting with the rest of the college, some of the college administration, Mr. Charles Granger, our department chair, and Dean Hazelton, and we had some information to pass on to you. Good morning, gentlemen. Hope everybody is doing well today. Professor Vermlin and I just had a meeting. Sorry about that. We're going to continue with the video. We just, for some reason, keep getting that echo going on there. So we're just going to continue on. Technology is a wild thing. So we had previously sent a document out there on D2L, state what was going on as far as the rules were concerned. And we're going to go ahead and we got some new additions to put to that. So let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, Robbie, can you see that?
I got it.
Okay. So this has all stayed the same at the top. It started, I changed the course to May the 4th. And I'm just going to run right down here to the rules. Please do read all of this when you go through this to refresh yourselves on what's going on. So 2 new rules that have been added. Masks must be worn while in the training yard, and we will provide the masks. So as soon as you step out of your vehicle, Professor Granger has been kind enough to meet us out there in the field starting Monday, and he's going to be our additional PPE person, personal protective equipment person, and he will get you your masks. And we're also going to have to wear the nitrile gloves. Those are the, I don't want to say thin, but they're not the thick rubber gloves that must be worn in addition to your normal gloves while in training in the training yard. And Robbie, I've got some of my truck. Your opinion too, if you want to include this. This should not affect your performance.
Right.
These things are real easy to use inside your normal leather gloves while you're doing your work. So, and we have multiple sizes. Okay, we'll go through the rest of the rules here just to refresh again. Please, when you get there, maintain a social distancing of 6 feet or more. And do not congregate in groups of, we changed this number here because we went to 5 or more. Do not share any of your personal items. Bring your own refreshments, your water bottles, any snacks that you want to bring, etc. Spread out in the parking field or parking lot. And I know it's, you know, it's kind of a normal habit that Professor V and I park beside each other and you guys kind of bundle up in groups. Spread out on that field right there. We got plenty of places to park.
Yep.
Spread out in that field, get those trucks, you know, like 10, 15, 20 feet apart if you can, or your vehicle. And if you want to park in the parking lot and walk from there, that's fine. All right, do not intermix with group sessions. So what we're doing out there in the yard is we're splitting the yard in 2. We're going to take 5 students from Professor V's class and work on one half of the field, and take the other 5 in my class and work on the other half of the field. And we know and understand that when we're doing duties out there, it might affect the person, you know, downstream from us. So Professor V and I will handle those situations, and we'll just work together to be able to get things done for you guys. We're down to 5 per class, per session. We're going to use the mini excavator to raise and lower the transformer when you get to that task. So just let us know and we'll take care of that for you. Wash your hands and use sanitizer. Bring your own. Okay, if you want multiple times to be able to wash your hands and whatever you need to do, bring your own stuff there with you. We will not be supplying that. I'll have some of my own, but the college will not be supplying that. And remember, we will be in the public eye and we want to obey all the rules to be able to complete this on time. Out of all the labs in the college, and I think Professor Vermlin will agree with me here, we're the most visible.
Yep.
I mean, almost all the other labs are going to be in a classroom inside this college, and it's pretty much going to be out of sight. But we're out there on Highway 501, and you know, people are going to be looking at us a lot. And if we follow these rules, or when we follow these rules completely, we can definitely squash any kind of misinterpretation of what's going on there at the college.
Right.
But the rest of this is still the same. Please read through it. I've only heard of 1 student, pardon me, 2. One did a swap here because of an emergency, that swapped with another student, and that student was okay with it. And one other one out there is contemplating what they want to do. So I for one, out of 33 students, and Professor V, please chime in on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of you guys to work things around out of this in this schedule that's been very dynamic. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, just if you need to rearrange your schedule, like I said, if I already had two guys swap around, let us know beforehand, so we can get it rescheduled. And yeah, you guys are doing great with your assignments and all, so let's keep on track with this.
Yep. Yep. Fantastic. I appreciate you commenting on their D2L and everything too, Professor V. They are definitely keeping up very well.
Hey, one more thing I want to mention, Scott, is if we're out on the field and we're not really paying attention, we're going to have our eyes on you guys. And somebody walks up, especially from the news media or somebody like that, and wants to ask questions of what we're doing out there, just direct them to one of us so we can take care of that and get that talked about in the right way with the school.
Very well said. Thank you very much for including that. Yeah. Anybody who approaches you, I mean, and to be honest with you, if anybody asks you now that, you know, you're going back, say you're out in public and you're just talking with a friend and they ask you, were you going back to class? I thought class was canceled, and all these kind of questions that are coming out there. Now refer them to us. We'll be glad to answer their questions. Give them our email address. We'll email them back. But anybody that approaches you out there at the field, send them straight to us. Thank you for including that, Robbie. I had not considered that before. We had talked about it, but didn't put it in the document here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right. I can tell you one thing. We were in the Skype meeting for what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times this was emphasized. I lost count.
Yeah.
Do not sacrifice safety while you're out there at the field. The tendency is, and I know you guys, you're go-getters out there, is, well, I'm going to do this as fast as I can and get it done. Two things happen there. One is you're sacrificing safety for the speed, and the other is a lot more errors happen in your work, and you know, you're not going to get credit for, or you're not going to be able to pass that one task that you try to do. Remember, technique beats speed. If you use the right technique and use your heads, keep your mind focused on safety, we'll get through this just fine.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty much it. Professor V, did you have anything else to include?
I think that should cover it. We can go over the rest of it next week on Monday when we start meeting with everybody.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of questions when we get out there to the field and talk with you guys. Oh, that is one other thing to include. I mean, we got an hour break between 12 and 1 o'clock in the day. That's you guys that are eating lunch and coming in to the class, you know, make sure you eat light, eat something good. You guys that are leaving out of the class, I would ask, and that's why we made it such a big gap of that 1 hour gap there, that you use your time wisely and watch the clock. I'm not going to start a 30-minute or 45-minute task out there in the field at 11:45.
Right.
Yeah. Try to work your time around, and there are plenty of small things that could be done out there that are like a 10-15-minute task that you could do. And there's some untimed tasks. The ground material makeup untimed tasks you can do that can fill gaps to get you right up to 12 o'clock. What we're trying to do there is get the morning session finished, a little gap in between, so we don't intermix the afternoon class. I mean, it's not going to look good if we've got the first 10 out there in the morning and another 10 sitting up there in the you know, getting ready to walk on the field. That's 20 people. So then that can't be done. So we're going to use Remind a good bit to let those students know that are coming in the afternoons, the field is clear, you guys can come on. You can park out in the parking lot, you can park out somewhere and just be sitting and ready, but don't, you afternoon people, do not come onto the field and sit there. And it's just, we understand you could be at the underground end and have 10 pickup trucks or 10 vehicles down there, and you can have another 10 vehicles at the actual training yard. Well, that's going to be interpreted as 20 people on the training yard field. So, you know, just be around somewhere. We'll text the afternoon 10 and say, hey, the field is clear, you guys can come on. Uh, Robbie, anything else we need to discuss?
Yeah, one other thing I was thinking about, we discussed with, Professor Grange earlier is making sure that if you use somebody's tools, or like Scott was saying, time's getting down near lunchtime, 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock, take extra 15 minutes before the time runs out, and then let's disinfect these tools. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
keep everything like it's supposed to be, good and clean and disinfected.
Yeah. Uh, we ask that you bring your own personal items, but
Yeah.
I have plenty of spray bottles prepared and wipes prepared. They're in my pickup truck now that we can use to spray down tools. They're not as, I would say, stringent as far as what you got to use, what you use in your body. And what we're using here is diluted bleach and diluted alcohol, and to be able to wipe these tools down. But we ask that you do an assist in that uh, a cleaning process. And yes, we will be cleaning
Yeah.
everything tool wise that comes off our fleets that you guys are going to be using, the grips, the hand lines. Hand lines are going to be spraying. Everything's going to be as clean as possible while we're out there at the field.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing that up too, Robbie.
Mhm.
Anything else from you?
I'm good.
Okay, guys, I just can't make more emphasis on one. Thank you. Thank you for improvising, adapting, and overcoming, one, and persevering through this coronavirus thing. And lastly, when it comes to Monday morning and Monday afternoon, don't forget your tools.
Yeah.
you know, bring your climbing tools. You're responsible for cleaning your own climbing tools. When it Keep an eye on your schedule. I'll double check it. When your last day, say your last day is Thursday, we're going to need your flip line lanyards and your buck squeezes back to
Right.
us. Now, when you return to us, we'll reclean them again and store them. But say if I'm in group 3 and my last time at the college, or my last exam day is Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock, be prepared to turn over your buck squeeze and your flip line lanyards. All
Yep.
right. With that, I think that pretty much sums it up. Professor V, anything else from you?
I'm good. Look forward to seeing y'all next week.
I hear you. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much, and have a good day and stay safe.